Indiana sophomore center Thomas Bryant. He is a great competitor who plays with great intensity, passion, and aggression. He's an old-school low-post bruiser with nice size and an expanding offensive game. He lacks explosive leaping ability, but makes up for it with a 7'5" wingspan. He has shown flashes of potential to be a capable three-point shooter, but his form is not consistent as shown on some bad misses. He is a good rebounder and becoming a solid post defender. Bryant has a great motor and plays team-first basketball. He doesn't have the lateral quickness to defend well in pick-and-roll situations. And he's currently not a great free throw shooter, but has the potential and overall shooting touch to improve in that area. The raw skills as a rim protector and post scorer, and the willingness to want to get better each game will make him an interesting option for an NBA team. My NBA draft projection for Thomas Bryant is from 20 to 25. Duke sophomore guard Luke Kennard. Who could have predicted that this guy would be the best and most consistent player for Coach K this season? He's a fundamentally sound and efficient player who should have a long career as a role player in the NBA. Kennard makes the most out of his abilities and always plays with 110% effort. He hits a high percentage from the field, from three-point land, and from the free throw line. He's a knockdown shooter who steps up in the clutch and isn't afraid to take the last shot. Not an explosive athlete, but plays with crafty quickness and great positioning. But the most important question is, can he guard NBA 2 guards? Improving as a defender and having a great NCAA tournament could really boost his draft stock. My NBA draft projection for Luke Kennard is from 28 to 34. Xavier sophomore guard Edmond Sumner. He's a multifaceted guard who can play on the ball and off the ball. He is extremely long and quick, which gives him the ability to drive and attack the lane. Sumner is more of a combo guard, learning to be a full-time point guard for the next level at this point. While his field goal percentage has jumped dramatically from last season, his shooting from beyond the arc is abysmal, and he needs to improve in that area to be able to stick around on the next level. Unfortunately, Sumner tore his ACL against St. John's a couple of weeks ago, and he was widely projected as a first-round pick this year. This will definitely hurt his draft position from a possible first-rounder to a second-rounder if he chooses to enter the draft this year. Before the ACL injury, my NBA draft projection for Edmond Sumner was from 24 to 28. Syracuse sophomore forward Tyler Lydon. He benefits with the NBA going small because of his ability to stretch the floor as a shooter. He's a tweener who needs to add strength to be able to guard power forwards effectively. Lydon has good enough vision where it's reasonable to see him evolving into some form of a playmaking threat as a passer. He's a very underrated athlete with some vertical bounce. He doesn't project as much of an interior defender on the next level and doesn't have the foot speed to guard most wings. He's a good shooter, but without complementary offensive skills, that stretch value takes a big hit. My NBA draft projection for Tyler Lydon is from 25 to 30. Baylor junior forward Johnathan Motley. Next to Justin Patton, Motley has been one of the most surprising prospects in the nation this year. He has shown more confidence in his face-up game and has become a more consistent outside shooter. He has impressive measurables for an NBA power forward with a 7'3" wingspan and a 9'3" standing reach. He's a quick leaper and possesses good end-to-end speed and the ability to get out on the break. Motley has really asserted himself in a variety of ways after Taurean Prince left for the NBA last year, which created this opportunity. He's a promising rebounder, both offensively and defensively, and has the physical tools to project as a good rebounder on the next level. Since he's a redshirt junior, he'll turn 22 at the end of this season, and that raises questions of how much can his game improve. My NBA draft projection for Johnathan Motley is from 25 to 30. Texas freshman center Jarrett Allen. He's a hard-working, fundamentally sound big man. Allen runs the floor well with good fluidity and mobility. He doesn't blow you away with his athleticism, but he has the size and strength to be a major force in the paint. This guy has a 7'6" wingspan. Allen finishes well through contact and doesn't shy away from physical play. He might not ever be an elite post scorer, but he'll be able to hang his hat around rebounding and rim protection. He knows his limits and plays within himself. My NBA draft projection for Jarrett Allen is from 18 to 24. Duke junior guard Grayson Allen. Grayson is a talented and feisty player with a will to win. His antics won't turn NBA teams away the way some people think it will. Grayson plays with a lot of passion and fire. He's a combo guard with a quick first step and good handles. Doesn't lack confidence and steps up in clutch moments. Allen has two things coveted for a perimeter player on the next level: a smooth shooting stroke and athleticism. He doesn't have the ideal size and length for a two-guard position in the NBA. He has struggled going up against more athletic and long perimeter defenders, by not showing the creativity needed to break them down when his athleticism is matched. Point guard will most likely be his best position to have a successful NBA career. My NBA draft projection for Grayson Allen is from 28 to 34. NC State freshman center Omer Yurtseven. He is a highly skilled big with a nice scoring touch. Yurtseven has soft hands, which makes him a good finisher. Combine his soft touch with very good footwork, and he could potentially be a nightmare to guard in the low post. Yurtseven can also stretch the defense out with his outside shooting. With a good-looking shooting form, he projects as a three-point shooter on the next level. He isn't a great run and jump athlete, and he's not much of a rim protector. Yurtseven shows great awareness on both ends of the court. He'll need to add strength and continue to get more comfortable playing in traffic. My NBA draft projection for Omer Yurtseven is from 28 to 34. Purdue sophomore center Caleb Swanigan. After a productive offseason of conditioning his body and refining his overall game, Swanigan has been on a mission to impress his sophomore year. He's a bruising low post player that can score and snatch rebounds in the paint. He's a versatile scorer that has shown the ability to hit threes at the college level. He is currently shooting around 50% from three, up from 29% last year. Lack of lift and athleticism may make it difficult for him to match up against longer, more athletic opponents. Even with his offensive improvements, there are still some questions to be answered regarding his ability on the defensive end. But with his low post presence and terrific rebounding, he could become a solid backup big man on the next level. My NBA draft projection for Caleb Swanigan is from 32 to 40. Oklahoma State sophomore guard Jawan Evans. He has been one of the best point guards in the nation. He's highly explosive off the bounce and possesses a quick first step. Has crafty ball handling skills that helps him drive to the lane. Evans is an excellent ISO scorer, but lacks traditional point guard size, being 6'1", but has a 6'5" wingspan, which is a huge plus. Evans' athleticism and knack for high-volume scoring has allowed him to emerge on the NBA radar. He hits the three-point shot at a high percentage and shows good shot selection. Evans is a pesky ball hawk. He gets a lot of steals and puts pressure on the opposing point guards. He isn't an above-the-rim athlete and could struggle to score in the lane against NBA size. My NBA draft projection for Jawan Evans is from 26 to 32. Kansas junior guard Vladislav Mikhailiuk. There was so much promise with this guy coming in as a freshman. Many scouts expected Mikhailiuk to be a much better all-around prospect, but he's still only 19 years old as a junior. He might be finally coming into his own. His obvious talent is his ability to knock down outside shots. He's shooting around 45% from three on around 5 attempts per game. Mikhailiuk can read screens well to take advantage of what the defense gives him. If he can show the ability to attack the basket more often, he could very well be drafted in the first round. But only being a three-point specialist at 6'8" has great value in today's NBA. My NBA draft projection for Vladislav Mikhailiuk is from 30 to 35. Clemson senior forward Jaron Blossomgame. He has all the tools to become a 3-and-D player on the NBA level. He is powerful and gets to the rim and finishes with dunks and acrobatic layups. Where Blossomgame is most effective is attacking closeouts. He uses his explosive first step to glide into the lane when defenses are forced to respect his jump shot. Last year he shot around 40% from three-point range, but this year he has regressed to a below-average outside shooter. He will at least have to become a competent outside shooter to succeed in the NBA. Blossomgame is limited in what he can do offensively. He struggles creating his own shot off the dribble, and he doesn't utilize his athleticism nearly as well on the defensive end than he does on the offensive end. My NBA draft projection for Jaron Blossomgame is from 26 to 32. Gonzaga junior guard Nigel Williams-Goss. He's a highly intelligent floor general with great leadership qualities and good size. A crafty player with deceptive speed and can score when needed. He has made a significant impact right away at Gonzaga after transferring from Washington. He can run a team effectively and generally makes the right basketball play. He's not exactly an elite athlete, but he makes up for it with his basketball IQ and size for the point guard position. Continued success and production with currently the #1 team in the nation would definitely improve his draft stock. My NBA draft projection for Nigel Williams-Goss is from 35 to 45. Central Michigan junior guard Marcus King. The leading scorer in college basketball this season isn't Markelle Fultz, Dennis Smith, or Josh Hart. It's Marcus King. He has a legitimate chance to become the first 30-point per game scorer in college basketball in 20 years. He's built like Kay Felder and Isaiah Thomas and does not have a conscience from beyond the arc. He takes nearly 9 threes per game and is shooting 43% from 3 and is leading the nation in offensive win shares. His best attribute is that he's a competitor. He has the desire to win every minute on the court. His obvious weakness is his 5'9" size that will affect his ability to guard bigger players on the next level. My NBA draft projection for Marcus King is from 40 to 50. Arizona sophomore guard Alonzo Trier. He's a pure scorer with really good quickness and overall athleticism. He has a knack for creating space off the dribble and has a reliable, silky smooth mid-range game. Very aggressive and always looking to get into the lane and finish. He still needs to make strides on the defensive end and improve his floor game. But Trier has shown evidence that he can be a good on-the-ball defender and has an improved understanding of team defense. My NBA draft projection for Alonzo Trier is from 35 to 40.